Alright, after getting a new battery and putting it in here and doing all the wiring that you seen on the base head video the other day, I got it functional, but I don't like the way it looks, and so we're going to have to do something about that today. And I have some plans and I have some ideas, and now I've got to go stare at it a while, and then I'll figure out what we're doing. Alright, here's the beginning of the improvements. First, we got this wire cleaned up. I think that's a big step up right there. Looks a lot better. Oh, but then we got this mess to deal with. Yeah, looks good on this side though. Well, mostly. I still got to work on those wires, those little wires. And that's better on the battery, but I'm still not happy with this. I want the orange wire gone, and I want it to be a little more stealthy on that side. So, still got some work to do yet, but we'll get there. That side looks good though.
Guys, so these things are really popular, and I'm going to be using them in my Tahoe later on. But what I wanted to talk about is the back side, because most of the time these have a little plastic plug back here in the back of this, and it works pretty good, but you need to make sure that those plugs are in place, or make sure you're attaching this to a thick non-conductive surface, because if these bolts come into contact with your ground, which is your body or your metal, yeah, that could kind of be bad. And the one thing that's designed to protect those problems is literally the cause of them. So keep that in mind. And you can see that I've got my a whole lot of stuff laid out here. This is to finish the install process of the wiring and cleaning it up. And I have been just drilling this over in my head, trying to decide exactly how I'm going to run a couple of other bits and pieces. These guys are designed for screw-on terminals like the one I have under my hood, and they give you 4 bolts. These are real common on the B-stock capacitor banks and stuff like that, but they work really good to give you 4 lugs on the bolt style battery post. I've got them that I can use. I've also got 2 distribution blocks in the back that I may end up moving around. These are a bunch of 400 amp fuses. I've got some terminals, a few of them. I don't have many. And I've got 2 of these fuses here. These types. One of them's got a cover, the other one does not. I got this little distribution block. All this stuff, as well as this Memphis distribution block, which I probably won't be using in this particular situation. I've got tons of heat shrink. This is only a 1 pack. I've got tons of heat shrink. So I'm just sorting things out and figuring out what I'm going to use when I get started.
Alright, so I'm tossing around ideas. This orange wire is connected to the battery and running over there. I don't like it. I do not like it at all. There's a few reasons why. One is it's not fused and it's running quite a ways. 2, it just don't look right. So I'm going to recolor everything, but I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to route things. Now I could route a short wire from here over to the back wall, theoretically, and mount a fuse back here. But I'm concerned about screwing into that, because I think that is a trough, and also maybe something in there I can hit with a screw. I really don't want to screw into it. I'm worried about that. I could mount it a fuse under here. This is metal to screw into, and this fuse box has protection from that. But the old downside of this is it's kind of hard to get to, for one. 2, with the wires running under here, the sides of the connector, you know, the edges of these connectors would be up close to this lip right here. It can work, but I'm concerned about it. Another one would be to run it this way and mount a fuse up here, which I'm thinking about real hard, or right here somehow. The last one is to mount it on top of the airbox, which gives me a nice straight run. So or a nice run, a short run for the power cord, and then fuse it the rest of the way, and then route it this way. I'd rather have the wire routed across in the back on the firewall instead of the front. But yeah, it's a lot of staring and thinking. All right, I have developed a plan. It ain't the best plan, but it is a plan. I got this area right here, right? This one will fit. The other one is too big. It hits the hose. This one will fit. And this piece right here is plastic. I tested it by following it over to this hump, and I used my screwdriver and scratched it real good. It's definitely plastic, but just to be on the safe side, because that's how I roll, since this thing has these exposed bolts, although they do sink in when it's tightened up, I'm going to put some heat shrink on this piece. Add one more extra layer of protection. All right, now we have our thing securely mounted. I also added some double-sided tape behind it, but it's screwed down to this shroud right here. So that's a good solid location. All right, so what I want to happen is this wire to connect right here. Then it runs down and over here, and it'll connect over here. And so this wire is long enough to do the job. So now all I gotta do is make it look the part. All right, so I got my positive run off here, my negative run here, and it runs down. Positive comes up, connects to right here to the fuse block. It's all nice and black. Well, you can kind of see some orange through there. That cable is a temporary possible cable. I ain't got it hooked up yet, but I'm just measuring it out. It's a little bit short, but I may have to use it until I can get some more ends. That's what I have to do for now. I got it connected. I need to pull this little stupid light out of here because it's busted anyway. And I'm going to put some hangers over here and hold it up. I want to get a longer wire and everything, but because I don't like it cutting off, I wanted it to come back like this and go this way. But yeah, work with what you got, right? So cleaning up this is one of my next projects, but that looks a damn sight better, right? That ground wire pulled down there, rerouted.